Hi, welcome to This Week in Ames. I'm Susan Guiazza. On today's show, we'll learn more about the upcoming Eco Fair. My guest today is Donald Kom, Director of Ames Electric Services. Don, welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you. I like what you've done with the place. I like the wood floor that you have here.
You know, it's been a long time since you've been a guest here with us at This Week in Ames, and we appreciate having you on. There's always so much going on at Ames Electric Services. We have a big event coming up.
A huge event, and I'm glad you picked today that we could film this because we're anticipating a huge storm, and I want to think about spring. And there's nothing better to think about with spring than the Eco Fair.
Now, the Eco Fair has an interesting history. It started years ago as the Energy Fair, and it was specifically electric.
Yes, it was. For years, ever since I came here, we've had an energy fair focusing primarily on electricity and things like that. It was a couple of years ago where we said, you know, the ecology is more than just electricity. We got to think about water, the environment, things like that. So we teamed up.
Yeah, environmental sustainability has been a big part of our Ames City Council goals, and also as an organization, we've really looked at ways to conserve our natural resources. I think there was a lot of other departments looking at doing something, and it just seemed to make sense to join forces.
Oh, it did, and we've been meeting now for several months, planning this out. We want to talk water, groundwater, we want to talk electricity, we want to talk about everything that impacts our environment around us.
Now, this is the third time that the Eco Fair has been held as a comprehensive kind of event. What are some things that people can expect when they go?
Oh, the Eco Fair is going to include, we're definitely going to have a lot of vendors that are going to be looking at anything from how to conserve water. Rain barrels has always been a big hit. We have vendors that look at high efficiency equipment, washers, dryers, air conditioners. There'll be a lot of vendors like that. Steve Wilson, the energy guy, we're going to put him in his own booth so you can come and ask Steve the tough questions.
He always provides a lot of really great information about light bulbs. There's a lot of choices out there, and people are moving away from incandescents.
Yes, and incandescents themselves are going to stop making them. It used to be that the compact fluorescents, the little curly-Q light bulbs, was the way to go. The latest and greatest technology out there is something called LED lighting. Expensive, but even much more energy efficient than even the compact fluorescents.
And over time, you might get that some return on your investment if you purchase some of these LED lights.
Yes, and in Steve's display, the display that we set up, we demonstrate many of the new light bulbs that are out there.
The nice thing about the LEDs is they don't have the vapor in them that those CFLs have.
That's correct. There is a slight amount of mercury in some of the older compact fluorescents. The other thing that happens with the light bulbs that I should mention is we do offer rebates. So when customers go out, buy one of the energy efficient light bulbs, we have a form that they can fill out, and we'll pay them back for using those more efficient light bulbs.
So I'm sure Steve Wilson will have all that information available at his booth, and there's also things for kids.
Oh my gosh, we have a kids corner, a lot of different activities. My personal favorite is we bring in a bike, and the bike is tied to two different sets of light bulbs. It's either the old incandescents or some compact fluorescents, and kids can literally pedal and see how much energy it takes to light up 1, 2, 3, 4 light bulbs of either kind. And it's amazing once you get done just to see how much easier it is to pedal when you have a compact fluorescent light bulb.
So there's booths, demonstrations, displays, but there's also food.
There is food. Each year we have it catered. I know that's being arranged right now. I don't think it's been finalized yet, but
I'm sure people can enjoy some pizza.
I'm sure there's going to be very good pizza coming in. And we also have door prizes. A lot of our vendors will either give us something that we can, you fill out a little form, put it in a box, and if we draw your name, typically go home with a nice little prize.
And they're great door prizes because they also promote that energy efficient message.
Most definitely. We've given away anything from gardening tools to electric lawn mowers. Usually there are 2 or 3 water barrels that have been hand decorated by either a school class or a department within the city.
And those rain barrels are always on display. They look very attractive, and people are always really pleased to be chosen as the winner of those items.
Yes, and go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, we keep talking about this event. When is it?
It is on March 30th from 10 until 2. It's going to be at the Ames City Hall. There in our gymnasium, 10 until 2. I think we start serving food closer to the 11-hour time frame, but we always have a very, very good turnout.
And I think in the last few years, the event has even expanded beyond the walls of the gymnasium out into the parking lot. It's getting bigger and better every year.
Some of the new vendors have been landscapers and wanting more space and things like that. Last year, we put tents up in the parking lot and had landscaping companies out there displaying some of the things that they can do.
And Bookmobile will be there again, we hope. And,
oh, yes.
And it just sounds like a great day, an event of learning and eating and just having fun.
It'll be a very, very good day, and we hope that everybody who's listening can come out. It's the day before Easter, so if you even have relatives in town, bring them down and let them experience a little bit more about Ames.
Now, last year we had fabulous weather. I was actually looking through some photographs recently, and people came in shorts. I wonder if, I don't know, I wonder if we'll be so lucky again this year. Rain or shine, the event goes on.
Yes, it does, and we're planning for any kind of weather. We'll have heaters in the tents if we need it, and we're hoping, though, that it's beautiful weather and nothing like we're going to be experiencing in the next few days.
Well, Don, I know the Eco Fair is not the only thing you have going on. Just in general, what are some big projects you have on your radar right now?
Oh, well, there's several things that we're working on. One of the things that we've started building is we're looking at another transmission line to connect to the outside world away from Ames. We've got a crew right now working on that line.
Now, this has been a project that has been years in the making, and it offers Ames residents another source of power. So during those weather events or outages, planned or unplanned, you have another source to get electricity to homes.
Yep, correct. And the line basically comes out of our power plant, heads over to the east side of 35, heads roughly down 35 to what we call a substation in Ankeny, and it'll tie in there and provide a third major source into the city.
So what should people be looking for? You'll actually see visible signs of this extension going on. What will you see?
Typically what you'll see is there are crews that will basically be putting up these power poles. It's going to run out Lincoln, heading over, like I said, to the east side of 35. It'll be towel poles here in the spring, and then probably this summer they'll start stringing wire. And the project is going very well, and we hope it'll be in service by the end of the year.
So it does take quite a bit of time to get all those poles up and that transmission line strung.
Yes.
Almost a year.
Yes. And with that, then, that will give us an increased amount of reliability to be able to handle nearly any outage that could occur, like you said, power plant or other transmission lines.
Well, that's good news for Ames residents. I should be really happy to hear that we have that additional source.
Thank you. There's got to be more than just the transmission line, though, too.
Sure, you've got lots of stuff on your plate.
We do. We're also working in the power plant right now. We've got a spring outage. We're going to be taking our largest unit down. It's unit number 8. That's going to be down for about 6 weeks this spring. We're preparing it basically to get it ready for the summer. We want our power plant to be running as efficiently and as cleanly as possible. So we'll be doing quite a bit of work in there, repairing what's called the superheater, and doing some work. It's basically a 5-year overhaul on the turbine. Get that all cleaned up and ready to go so that it can operate efficiently and reliably for another 5 years.
Great. Sounds like a lot of good stuff's going on. Well, Don, I always appreciate you stopping by. It's always good to hear what's going on, and obviously we encourage everybody to attend the Eco Fair. It should be a great event.
Yep. Thank you very much.
If you'd like to get involved in the process of selecting the next City of Ames building official, remember there's more information on our website. Each candidate is required to give a public presentation, and those are open and welcome for public attendance. Also remember, if you have a community event you'd like to publicize, you can submit information to Channel 16. There's more information on how to use Channel 16 on our website. Well, that's our show for today. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week for This Week in Ames.